Alright, so today's just going to be a short video, and it's only if you've been getting a D3D GPU crash or memory or whatever error you may have been getting when you try to render. And of course I tried the TDRI, and I tried a couple more things, and they really didn't help with my render. So I'm just going to show you two things that I done or that I did, and it helped me render, or it changed for me and it started helping me render. So I'm gonna show you two things that I did that helped me, and maybe they'll help you too. So the first thing I did, since I'm using lumens, I came to post-processing. And you come to post-processing, come down to the method lumen, and you just hover above this over here. If you come down to global illumination, and you see method, click method, check method, and you see lumen, and just hover above the lumen, here you will see this says that it requires a generate mesh distance field, and I didn't have that plugin enabled. So all right, generate mesh distance fields. So this is the one you want to this is the plugin you want to install, and once you click on it to install it, then it'll ask you to restart your system, so therefore the plugin will be working correctly. So once I did that, the next thing I did, I went to Epic website and I searched why would my renders keep crashing, and I just took the information from Epic and I just applied those to my renders, and it actually worked pretty good. So let's just go show you my render settings right now. Let's see, we'll just do this one, and these are the render settings. Go to render movie queue. Alright, and so we chose the PNG sequencer, and we're going to leave the white alpha checked. The deferred rendering, these are the settings for deferred renderings. And anti-aliasing, or however you want to pronounce it. You can use 1.8, 1.16, 1.32, 1.64, but I choose to use 1.64 just for higher quality and more passes, so they can go ahead and render the scene and, you know, just get what I'm looking for in that scene. And so my warm-up count to be 120, 120, warm up, you know, let the engine warm up and go ahead and try to render some things before it starts the actual render. Console variables, now this is maybe where it's important, but I noticed once I render some things, I still get error messages just about some console variables, but my render works, it looks good, so I personally didn't pay them any mind. But these are, and the numbers that's outside of these, the 4, the 1, the 4, the 5, the 5, when you first put these variables in, you'll put these numbers over here, r.MotionBlurQuality, and then you'll put 4, r.MotionBlureSeperable, then you'll come over here and you'll put 1. And since I've already done it, I think they just put the values right here. And I had an issue since I had ward in my scene. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, I have ward in my scene, and with this ward in my scene, I could not, or with this ward in my scene, when I render, it would not show my water. So if you do have an issue where you render water or something don't show, I had to use the game overrides to start get my water to show once I render. But yeah, these are the few things. Just make sure you have the plugin installed. I don't want to make this video too long. Make sure you have the plugin installed. Make sure your render settings are set up almost similar to this, or just like this. Whatever frames you have for your film, put that in there. And yeah, I just go over these one more time so you can pause your screen and you can see everything, the output. And if you have water or things not showing in your scene, then you may want to turn on the game override and try render just to see if it'll show then. These are game override says it's pretty much stock and default. I don't think I changed too much. Console variables. Now you can find these on the Epic site, or I may put them down in the comments below or in the details section, so you can just copy and paste them as well. So the anti-aliasing, deferred render, and the PNG sequence. So if this helped you, then leave me a comment and let me know, hey, this did help me, or no, it didn't help, because I had this issue for about 2 or 3 days, and it was bugging me because I worked so hard on this animation. It took me about a month, and I was like, oh, I'm ready to render, and it kept crashing. I looked into render forms and all type of stuff. But yeah, just let me know if this helped, man, and I'll continue.